All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. It was very early in the morning. I just woke up. I started doing stuff, and I realized, like, I should probably just stream this because it might be interesting, like, for people to watch. Like, I'm planning on making a video at this. But like, I'm working with the sheets. I have them filtered and stuff by like grade and everything, and I'm just like averaging the scores and just chilling out. So we're just working on stuff and chilling out. You should probably have breakfast. Ooh, you right. That's probably true. I had breakfast. You can't see this can, but it's a sour cream and onion Pringles can. It's green. Is breakfast.
Shut up and take
Toast
my money.
is low effort. You're right. You know, actually, I might make some toast in a second, actually. High quality calories, very high quality. Okay, so like, also I'm gonna change like the pretzel channel to like chill, because like we're not on the this is not gonna be the hype stream. I'm gonna let you know right now, it's not gonna be the hype stream. I change this to like the chill out channel. What time is it for you? Like a little after 5 a.m. I just got up like a little bit ago and started doing this. How does it feel to grow your hair out? Barbershop's closed. I actually got my hair cut. Whenever I got my haircut, I left it long on top, and then like got the sides and back trimmed, and it's actually really nice. I like it a lot. Like, it makes it so it's like still comfortable to wear headphones, but like I have nice hair. You sleep 4 hours only? I thought you logged off late in the AM. Yeah, I went to bed. I slept. Wasn't feeling super great, so I slept most of yesterday. Why this video's not out yet. Well, thank you, Mitch. Need a dumb card to brew a commander around. To brew a commander deck around? Oh, do door to nothing. It might be nothingness. Door to nothingness is always a good one. All right, anyway. What I'm doing here is I'm like averaging all the grades and like compiling all the grades that the Warframes currently have. Oh boy, door combo. Yeah. Door combo's a good one. Yeah, so what's going on here is I'm basically I transposed the grid so that it's the other way, so that I can just filter alphabetically and get the grades, as it were. And the only problem with this is that I have to remember which things have like S's in them and stuff, because otherwise we'll not do the thing. So that's like the only potential problem with this. The A pluses go. Oh, right, no, A pluses are only one per left and right now. Ooh, brain's bad. But yeah. You count it for counting results in Excel. Will it count the letters per row? The clock, look at the clock. But yeah, yes. 5 a.m. I just got up. Did you sleep well after stream last night? Yeah, I slept very well. Really nice. Counts letters? Interesting. I don't know. I do not know how to do it that way. I just know how to do it this way. Which like I could change it, but you know. Okay, 3 B's and then 1. Wow, this one has a lot of C's on it, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The zoom needs to change here. Otherwise, my life is going to be hell. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 C's. Then B's are 3. None of this. None of this. And then 15 to 32. No, that's not right. Minus 10, that's 30. So it's 27. What do the colors mean? Oh, it's just color coded by grade. Oh yeah, Fire Blast sucks that much. I forgot. I sorted this alphabetically and then it didn't change, and I was like, Monka. Alright. This is Rage. Has 1 C. Everything else is D's. Really not doing so hot. Could copy the first sheet and use find replace to change it into numerical values. Right, but I'd still be counting amounts for this sheet. Doesn't Fire Blast still strip a portion of armor even without the gauge? It's like a really tiny amount. It's like not really relevant compared to other options. As I'm last time on stream. Let's go through these abilities real quick. 8 hours later, me surprise Pikachu face. Earlier, Brozime, did you hear they said they're not going to let Helminth transfer effect balance / design of current and future abilities? Yeah, that's probably for the best. Oh, Blade, sorry, it filtered you. The bot filters links. Fortia's turret works with larva, right? Someone said it doesn't, but I remember it worked on the last stream. Yeah, it works extremely well. Why would someone say it? Wait, hold on. Why would someone say that those two things don't work? An early stream or late stream? Very early. I think so, but I imagine it's always going to be at least someone in the back of their mind. I mean, maybe. Farm Nightus yesterday. Managed to get all of his parts within 2 hours. Nice. Okay. Rest. Rest doing a little better with 2B and 3Cs. Radial blind. This one was not doing super hot. 1B, 6Cs. That's 35. Yes, right. A lot of D rank abilities. Well, they're D rank for a lot of different warframes. Turns out whenever they give us much better options, it turns out that the average grades of things get pushed down. Eternal War Wisp is infinite damage loop, right? No. Eternal War Garuda, or no, not Eternal War Garuda. Sorry, Breach Surge Garuda. Eternal War can't create an infinite combo. Well, it's not likely to anyway. Will I be able to replace Umbra's javelins with Radial Blind? I'm confused. Why would you do that? You'd expect most abilities to be situationally useful with different warframes. I mean, well, okay, so here's the thing that ends up happening here. If you have, let's say you have Fire Blast, for the purposes of stripping armor, you would take Ash's Shuriken first, or you would take Pillage, which we're going to come to as well, which also will average much better than Fire Blast. Like, Fire Blast is just a low tier ability, unless they're going to buff it up, but they are not going to do that. Explain Breach Surge, please. I couldn't figure that out. Okay. Garuda uses her 4 on an enemy. It hits them with Slash, and any hit they take will proc Slash. That's what the Garuda's 4 does, is it forces it to proc Slash. Breach Surge will take an instance of damage, which can include Slash, and create a little wispy projectile that will hit an enemy. Due to Garuda's ability affecting it, it will proc Slash. That Slash will proc Breach Surge. The damage will continually increase as these two abilities loop with each other, because Breach Surge has a multiplier attached to it. So it will loop with itself. And it can be expedited by putting damage into the system. So like you start the low level loop of like the basic Slash proc from Garuda's 4, and that will do a lot of damage. But the moment you like fire a gun into the system, all of that damage starts getting multiplied. Is it a multiplicative loop or additive? Multiplicative. Are there any niche cases that could be useful with the bonus strength from arbitrations? That's too niche to be considered, but I'm sure there's something here. Convert your sheet into numbers and average it out if you're interested. Link in the Discord general. I'll look at it. Oh, neat. It averaged out at the end. It is. Oh, this is super useful. That. Ash is at. Oh, wait, no, you know what this doesn't use, though? I updated some of the grades. That's why. I was like, this number's different than the one I got earlier, and it's because I changed some of Ash's grades. So his average is out slightly higher now. This is really cool, though. Was there an easy way that you accomplished this, or did you go through and like add it all, do it all manually? What grades did you change? I do not remember all the ones that I changed. Have streamed today? I don't think so. Maybe. The helmet strength buff is 1%. Nobody will use it. If it's 300%, then a lot of people will use it. We don't know. Exactly. A lot of them are going to have Roar. Yeah, I mean, that just makes sense, right? Because Roar's that good. Just find and replace with some functions. Based on last stream, Jackal's sitting in the back of the bus chuckling, I'm in danger. What I miss? Not much. I mean, if you missed the prior stream, you missed us literally grading all the abilities in the whole game. So there's that. What are we on? Frost? Was there a single use for Frost? I don't think so. No, none. None whatsoever. We could not think of a single one. There's not one single instance. I think Spectro, there was one. No, there was 0. Blood Altar, this one's going to be low. Yeah, 2 C's. I'll add in the zeros afterward. I think it's a good idea. Roar is in the pool. I think it's a dangerous way to go with it. I don't fault them for doing it, but I think they should have chosen some other strong options if they were going to go with Roar. Like, I think that instead of Well of Life, they should have gone with Trinity's 3. Like, you have to do comparable abilities, right? Frost Ember, Gara, Limbo, Loki, and Nyx and Revenant are all ones across the board. Yeah, makes sense. But your Excel misses some abilities? No, it doesn't. It scrolls. It scrolls down. What abilities does it miss? Alright, Gauss has that one edge case with Limbo. I think Roar, Empower. That's a Helminth ability. We don't know what the numbers are in that ability, which makes it impossible to grade. Do loot abilities work for Steel Essence now? We don't know. I don't think that's clear yet. What's the edge case with Limbo? It's a damage ability he can use inside the rift, and like it can freeze the enemies, so it's safe for him to exit the rift. But it's like very, very niche. Hyper niche. And like Limbo is an edge case for a lot of abilities, if I'm honest. Nourish did pretty well. Yeah. Although for Nourish, I wonder if it's a little overrated on Ashe, maybe. Nourish might be a little overrated on Ashe, but I think overall I'm happy with this. It's a good fucking ability. What up, Gun? What up? Click the link. Okay, I'll click this. He keeps running away though. Goddamn. Right, but I mean, like, the speed at which I could type this in is basically also the speed at which I can just simply count these. It's not hard to count them. This will update automatically. All right, let me look at this. They went with Roar? Yeah, they went with Roar. Roar, Larva, and Resonator are the Holy Trinity. Yeah, I think the dispensary is backing that up. Thought it was Roar then Resonator. We will look and see what it is, because that's why we're averaging these, to see what it seems like the Trinity is. First stream plus I just got here. What's happening? We graded all of the abilities against each other for the Helminth system that is entering the game. So now we are averaging them to see overall what are the best ones. Zero being on that list basically invalidate Rhino from being useful in team comps. That's kind of sad. Invalidate him from being useful in team comps? I mean, yes, but also no. Because like there are going to be cases where you will bring Rhino and he will bring another ability. Because like Rhino with Dispensary, that's fucking real. That's that real. Because those two abilities are built the exact same way. Hey, algorithm, what's the meta? Air dispensary and energy conversion. Yeah. No problem with me. But yeah. Okay, so can I set here? Hold on. All right, again, you're gonna have to help me with this because I'm so inept at Excel. I should be so much better at it, but I definitely am not. So I can do like this cell here. Let's say I can take this cell or this one more accurately. I can do this one and then do count if, and then the range. What is the format for this? I so hate formatting. A2. Is it just A2? I just have to specify A2 as the whole column, and then in quotations what I'm looking for. Does dispensary give ammo to heavy weapons? Yeah, it does. B2, B46. Okay. So I have to specify the length as well. And then it's... what's the formatting? Okay. I think that's right. Circular dependency detected. Okay. Want the entire column, you can go BB. Okay, that seems probably correct. Probably just do to 45, because otherwise it'll loop with itself, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. It just needs to go to 45. Yeah, the formula has to be outside the range. Okay, we can do that. There's not an easy way to, like, copy this across. Well, I guess I can just make it, instead of B, it just becomes C, and just, like, change all of that. So can I just do this? Oh, it automatically changes as it enters the new... Oh, that's very convenient. That's very convenient. I didn't realize it would change automatically. That's very nice. I like that quite a bit. That will mean I need to clean this up a little bit. Because, like, this is cute and all. But I need to remove those. I'm not removing the cute ranks from, like, the overall. I'm just removing them from here because otherwise it'll count poorly. Oh, you know what? You know, I guess the abilities that are not applicable, that actually gives it a 0. But that's fine. I think that actually, like, is actually fine. Because I don't think those should count. Like, I think they should actually be, like, negative on those powers. Like us, like not even getting a 1 point from a D for the NA ranks. Can prevent that auto adjustment with dollar signs. If you did column name, but adjust numbers if you dragged it down. Okay, so well, I mean, it's not a big deal to just write this way, right? I'm gonna copy this, and then we paste this here, and just search for B instead. You have to do the formatting though. Center. What is the font size here? This is the font size. Wait, no, which one is 24? On 11 right now. Boop. Okay. What's this spreadsheet? It's the grades for a bunch of things. Oh, I have to do 24 enter? No, that didn't work. Weird. Oh well. I will just do it after the values are figured out. C. D. S. Love a C on the bottom row. I do, you're right, thank you. There are now 0. Morning, Arth. It moves down when you do a drag copy. Oh, would it not? Oh, I figured it would move the numbers down. It wouldn't. So what would need to happen is it would need this. So this is what needs to change. And I don't think it'd change this value, would it? Would it search for A, B, C? Like, I don't think that would be right. Neckbeards and their sheets. Do you have a problem with data? People that have a problem with data usually aren't very smart. Oh, it's not adjust font. Also, Hopley, Triggerpug, Diffshake, Raysphere, Dragodude, thank you all for the subs and resubs. Much appreciated. We can just do a bigger zoom anyway. I think it wants you to click on the 24 in the drop-down menu. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Weird. Weird. It doesn't accept, like, the regular entry. Very strange. Okay, I guess we can just go back to the 50% now, then. Actually, this will be easier to 100%. Okay, 7, 8, 25. 2. I made 2, 7, 8, 25. Let's make sure that's the same as what we're getting here. Oh, no. Oop, here we go. Yeah. 2, 7, 8, 25. Okay, cool. Perfect. These are on different sheets for obvious reasons. This actually doesn't need to be here. Oh, whatever. Okay, what were we on? We were looking at Grendel's Nourish. We're at 3, 4, 8, 27. $35, $39, $42. Okay, perfect. All live with the new reward screen. I literally have not seen it yet because I've been focused on doing this. Maybe I'll find number since Zaku is 43. Yeah, we can't test Zaku yet, so there's nothing I can do. Is the sheet public yet? It's public for subs and patrons. Okay, 6, 12, 23. Starting with B. Why is Roar NA on Chroma? Because you can't give it to Chroma without replacing Vex Armor due to the ruling. Village. 1, 6, 10, 25. And we have Tempest Barrage. Tempest Barrage, I think, is just garbage all the way down, right? Oh, yeah, there's 1B on this. I forgot about that. This is the B, not this. Technically, that's not NA, it's just bad. It gives him 0 points for the purposes of the average. You can't combine straight steroid abilities? Yeah, exactly. And tell me why Resonator is A+ for Korra. It's like the perfect defensive ability that she wants. It does the one thing Korra needs, which is to be protected. Korra's very squishy and it turns off enemies. Finish this with 5 copy paste. Oh yeah, you know what? I could just translate it, huh? You're actually right. I would have to put S's. Well, S's would go... would change the position of S's, but that doesn't actually really matter to me. You're right. Copy. Then paste transpose. Ooh, why did that not work? Oh, wait, no, right. That doesn't work. And the reason that that doesn't work... the reason that it doesn't work is because these are all formulas, I think. Pretty sure that's why that doesn't work. Because I'd have to copy, like, just values. No, I have to paste... okay. Okay, I have to, yeah, paste values. Paste values only. Right? And then I have to copy this again. And then paste special, paste it transposed. We have to do the big roundabout. Then copy this, go over here. And pasting here should be fine. Cool. Yeah, there we go. We will need to change... I want to change, like, the font and stuff here, though. But that's fine. Oh, I need to change the font on all of these. Font and positioning, the whole deal. Center it. Center it. This could probably be, like, 14? Yeah, 14 is a little bit more readable. Okay, yeah, that's much better. That should be in the right order, too. Yeah, 2, 7, 8, 25, that's Ash. Yeah, it's all in the right order, I believe. Because it's, yeah, it's alphabetical that way. Okay. I just gotta average all these. Which, is there a sneaky beaky way to average all these with a formula? Like, just add all these up, divide them by 42. I don't know what the formatting would be. Center it. It's spherical. Equals average in Excel. How do I get it? Like, what's the... So if I do this, it equals average. Well, it's also... Okay, so, okay, here's the other problem, is I'm doing these on a point system. Because, like, there are 34 Ds, which give 1 point apiece. Cs give 2 points apiece. 2 points apiece. Bs give 3 points apiece. And then A's give 4 points, and S's give 5. Just times each value by the points. I just want to show how many of these are here, but then have, like, the pointed average here. Look, man, you already gave Ash my high school GPA. This is over my head. Can't you just swap the position of S? Eh. I would kill to be able to put the formula in the comments on the doc itself, but I get why we can't. Yeah. I think there's a count function. Equals C2 times 4. Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, this would be C3 times 4, though. Oh, no, this is wrong, because it has to be used this, right? I assume it uses stars in here for multiplication, because X would be very useful otherwhere. That's why. Yeah, C3 times 4 plus... Yeah. B3 times 3... Yes. Plus... Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I also need the parentheses. You're right. God, I wish I had my numpad for this. The one bad thing about this, one second. About this keyboard. Plus F3. This doesn't need to be multiplied. Plus G... parentheses. Plus G3. And that's multiplied by 5. And then... These are probably redundant, I think, but whatever. That should work. It looks like that worked. That worked. Fucking oof. Okay. Neat. Okay, so now I can... format... No, where's the thing? Where's the filters? I forget where filters are. Create a filter. Average grade. A to Z is also highest to lowest, right? I can just use those. They just replace each other. Yes? Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, so the one with the... Ooh, interesting. Why is roar not this high? Hold on, wait a minute. Where's roar at in here? Brenner's roar is a 1.57 actually. Interesting. This is exactly why we do this. Yeah, roar is wow, interesting. It didn't count the plus. I'm not gonna actually give extra points for the plus. Something wrong? I don't think so. Ryan only has 21 values on it. 10, 16, 19. Oh yeah, it didn't count any of the pluses at all. That's a problem. Okay. So, okay. Now that's an issue. Yeah, that's definitely... Okay, so no pluses were counted at all. This is only an issue in the A's. So this needs to... Can I do another parenthesis and then also do A+? Or another, is it just another quotation, or does it have to be like this? Will this work? Looks like it did. No, it gives me an error. Why the A+? Why not just S? Plus just denotes what I would choose. Oh yeah, the weird bar. Yeah, I don't even remember what this thing's called. Wrong one. Error. Change to count ifs. Oh, plurals. Again said. Count if plus count if works. Yeah, we could actually probably just do plus. That should work, right? Just plus the whole thing. Count ifs works as well? Okay. Just A, and then, okay, so I just needed to change the ifs. Plurals. No, it doesn't work. Need to add the range again? You need to put the range in twice. Oh, is it just... Needs two ranges? So I just copy the range again. Some count if. I mean, yeah, if we're just adding the count ifs. The example gives you... Alright. Oh, okay. Interesting, you just have to enter the range once again. Okay, well, fair enough. So that should work. Counts as 0, though. That's not right. 0's definitely not correct here. 0's definitely not right. Apparently the and should work. And here? What I'm getting is that there's a lot of different ways to do this. we're gonna do equals sum. A star should match anything starting with A. Oh, that's an A plus again. No, it does not do that. It needs an or and then another parentheses. Okay. Nope, that gives me to 0 again. Well, let's just count if, not ifs working here. Nope. It did work? What do you mean? Did work. Ash doesn't have A pluses. But he has an A. He has 2 A's. This should count A's and A pluses. Should be 2. Need to go to bed? I just woke up. Star put out 2 A's. Did it? Okay. Okay, so now we just need something with A pluses then to go up. This is Rhino's Roar, so this number should go from 10 and then increase considerably whenever we do this. Yeah, it became 28. That's important. That's a big change in numbers to happen. He has 28 A pluses. No, wait. A's and A pluses together. Fuck. Rhino, good lord, you absolute god. All right, copy this. We gotta do this the same way again. Paste values only. Copy again. Paste special. Transpose that bitch. Copy it again. Paste that bitch. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sort A to Z. Now paste it again. There we go. Now it's correct. Had to reorder that shit. Otherwise, that was going to get real weird real fast. Okay. Grade Z to A. Okay, now that looks a little bit more correct. Never mind. Now it's exactly what I thought it would be. Fuck. Case transpose preserves everything. Well, okay, but it'll still... It wasn't doing it the right way before. We just needed the values. Yeah, this looks way more accurate. Valkyr's Warcry's up here. Resonator's up here. Okay, these are what you'd expect to be here, right? Like, if we're looking at, like, a top 10, it's Roar, Larva, Dispensary, Warcry, Resonator, Shuriken, Condemn, Smite, Breach, Surge, Nourish, Pillage, Molt, Eclipse. Like, these make sense to be this way. Why is Smite so far up? Turns out a gigantic radiation buff and also percentage damage is pretty good. Why Molt? Molt gives you a large speed boost, is a defensive ability, and it has the capability to heal. What's the worst? Well, there's a couple of worsts. The worst ones are Fire Blast, Ice Wave, Spectre Rage, Banish, Decoy, Mind Control, Reave, and Air Burst, which are Ds across the board. Posting again, but isn't there a B plus? Oh, you know what? Yeah, there might be. I think. Wait, no. I think I changed that. I think I actually went in and changed that so that there aren't any B pluses. I think so. Pretty sure. Or I could just search for it manually. Yeah, there are no B pluses. What about, you know, we got rid of the C cells as well. This is gone now, for the purposes of like transferring over the data and having it be good. It's still present on like what's gonna show here. Like some of them have like a little fucking smile. Where are they at? I think it's on Neja's ability. Be here. Yeah, they're still on here on the sheet that is gonna be out, but on the transferred sheet to get like these values, they were not. You count for NA. What do you mean? The NAs count for 0. You get 0 points for an NA. If your Warframe is not allowed to have an ability, you will get 0 points for it. Where'd you get those grades from? Playing the game since it came out. If you've played 8 years of Warframe, it turns out you can grade things pretty accurately whenever you have most of the information. Does A count an NA cell? Ooh, that's a good question. That's really important. We can actually find that out really easily. Is there an NA here? And this is 28. I think somebody said that has to begin with A, but let's just say this is N. It does not. It will not count that. The count does not go down whenever I remove an A off of an NA. So it does not count that. It does work correctly. What was the best ability for Gauss? Best ability for Gauss? That would be on this sheet. By file. Where's it at? Form? Was it data? Yeah, create a filter. Best ability for Gauss is Roar. You need star A to count NA? Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that it works the other way too. I'm glad I know that as well. Need C star for C that. Well, we removed that. So from this table where it's been transposed, we've removed the C and then that. There aren't any in the table for the purposes of the data being accurate. What about Ash? Ash is Roar as well, with some close calls on Ash. Although I'm still wondering if Grendel's maybe a little overrated on this one. This is the one where like we graded Nourish early here and then did some testing later. This might actually be a B. I'm sure this sort will put S at the bottom. It will. You're right. But like it's either S or A plus is what determines what's the best thing. And there's only 2 S's in the entire table, so that's pretty whatever. Are the abilities confirmed now? Yeah, they are. Yeah, there are only 2 S's in the entire table. You can see them because they're red. And also, like, the way the table is going to be represented publicly is like this. It turns out that whenever you get to Roar, a thing happens. Turns out Roar's really good. You see this big fucking green line? Yeah, it's Roar. What are S? S are above A. There are things that are broken. So you have Larva on Protea, and you have Breach Surge on Garuda. Yeah, Protea with Larva, I gave an S because that shit's hilariously busted. Why is Shock better than Fire Blast? Shock gives a huge damage buff. Fire Blast does not. Fire Blast is Embers 3, just to clarify here. Breach Surge Garuda. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Inaros and Snare B rank in my opinion. I could see the argument for that, but also like Nidus's ability pushes that down a bit because it's slow. Ability got the most S ranks. I mean, it's a tie between Breach Surge and Larva. Oh, oops, wrong way. Yeah, best grade overall, Roar, Larva, Dispensary. So those are going to be like the 3 to farm. Those are above a 2, which is pretty considerable. Like, you have to do very well to get up there. What ability are you cutting from Garuda? Probably her 2. Super unnecessary. Is this table accessible to us, Link? If you're a sub, then this table is accessible to you in the sub-only part of the Discord, or if you're a patron. And then otherwise, I'm going to be making a video on this, and there is going to be a public version of this, which is just this. That will be out when that video comes out. I only just farmed my first Protea. Well, back I go. Nice. For abilities that have any argument to be put on Octavia? Yeah. We just look at... I really like this because I can easily express this. Breach Surge. Breach Surge was the A+ that I gave to Octavia, and then, like, there's some argument for Rage, some argument for Pillage, and some argument for Dispensary. And these would replace her too. It's worth noting that Octavia is graded this way because it's very, very hard to replace one of her abilities. Roar. Octavia was confirmed to not be able to use Roar, so that's why we have 2 NA abilities, Eclipse and Roar. If she could use Roar, it would be an A+, easily. But Octavia is one of the Warframes that is not allowed to gain Roar. Chroma. What is the best one on Chroma? Smite on Chroma. Followed by, you know, Warcry, Nourish, and Dispensary. Not very surprising. She can gain Roar, but has to give up her 4, right? Yeah, she'd have to give up her 4, but that's super not worth it. Like, those are basically not applicable because you'd never do it. You get 0 points for having to replace the best ability on those Warframes. Her 4 is a raw damage buff. Best for Valkyr. I remember this one just being Roar. Yeah, it's just Roar. It's like Roar, and then like there's some argument for Radial Blind. And then nothing else matters on Valkyr at all. Like, she just doesn't get any benefit from basically anything else. The abilities keep their energy cost, yeah. Yes. With the exception of Hildren's ability, it will cost energy instead of shields. What's the best for Mesa? For sure, it's just Roar. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Roar and Dispensary. There's reasons for both. Mesa actually has like some pretty reasonable options, and this is due to her having an open slot. Like Eclipse, arguable. Resonator, arguable. Cloaking is even arguable. Like, there's a lot of arguments to be made for Mesa on a lot of different things. Can you fit Shuriken on Mesa for Disruption? Yeah, that's one of her B ranks. Yeah. That's actually why this is a B rank, is because it would help her greatly in Disruption. As for Protea, Larva. That's actually one of the S ranks on this list. It's at the bottom because it's like A to Z. But yeah, clearly the best, followed by Roar, naturally. Not a lot of S. Yeah, there's only 2 S's. And they're S rank 4. I want to make it really... I cannot possibly make this more clear than this. I really want to make this obvious. Is that this list, these grades are for the single individual Warframe. So for Protea, this is an S for her. It breaks her. Like, it breaks her ranking in particular. It's not that this is an S rank thing and it's better than anything else any Warframe can do, but gaining this ability is so much better than anything else you could give Protea that it gets an S rank, because there's no excuse for not giving Protea this ability. And it's the same way on Garuda. Larva S because of Protea's 1 or 2. It's because of her 2. Can you explain the Garuda Breach Surge interaction? It creates infinite damage. It loops. So you affect an enemy with the 4 and Breach Surge, and then it creates an infinite loop of slash procs procking themselves. Reeve is looking lonely. Yeah, Reeve fucking sucks. Did you think about augments? Yeah, I thought about augments for all of these. Well, all of them that have a relevant augment. I didn't count a bad augment as a downside. Best for Oberon. It was just Roar. Yeah, it's Roar. Roar and Shuriken, a big thing here. Shuriken, worth noting on Oberon, is a big upgrade because it means that you don't have to spend like 250 energy to like just strip armor, which means you can utilize the percentage damage from your 1 much more actively on bosses like Kella. That's actually why this is bumped up to an A here. Best for Nidus. Right, Roar as well. With Shuriken here as well. I think it's bad how much gray is on your list. I mean, there's a certain amount of gray that's to be expected. Some of it is very preventable, though. So, like, you'll see down here, like, this is, like, a good spread in this area. This is, like, mostly what you want to see, with some exceptions. Nyx's Mind Control, this ability should not have been chosen. This line is completely changed if you just choose Nyx's 2. And that becomes like a way more compelling line in general. Like, what really makes the difference up here is that like these are 3 bad choices in a row. Banish, Loki's ability, and Pull. Not very useful. They're just like not super competitive within everything. Like even like for Mag, even if you gave out her 3 instead, it would have been more compelling. And for Loki, he just needs to be reworked. And then Limbo is like a pain point for like trying to make his powers work. But if you wanted to make it really, really good, you'd actually probably gain like at least like some A pluses or some S's even if you gave out his passive instead of his 1. And then like Thermal Sunder just isn't strong enough. And like Spectral Rage blows. That needs a complete rework. It's not good enough to put on any Warframe. Like, it's just like there's a couple bad choices in here that would really change this up. But like a lot of these are just like middle of the road. Like they get a good number of C's and stuff, but just don't break into like the top end very much. Whenever it's like a decent power. Because like even Baruch's Lull has like some C's here, but it's just overall just like a weak crowd control ability compared to whatever else you could bring. And a lot of that is because like Roar is here. Like with Roar and Larva and Dispensary on the list, like obviously you can see it here. Like because this is the reason, by the way, that we do like a point system and add these up. So you can see what the abilities that are really fucking good are. It's being looked down on because of Roar, I assume. It's because of Roar, and also because it's a really finicky ability. It's worth noting that the grades on Eclipse will go up if it was like if we determine that Neja's 3 on Neja, if you add Eclipse to him, generates light constantly, then the grade on this goes up on Neja and actually probably becomes like the A plus for Neja, or maybe even his S or something. Does Rage Snapshot if Grendel eats a mob? I do not know. In most cases, are you replacing the same ability on a Warframe? Yeah, I mean, most Warframes, like, you've determined what their worst ability is, and it's, like, really easy to decide what to replace. Because, like, just going through, like, even, like, these ones up here, on Rhino, you're almost always going to replace his 4. On Nidus, you're almost always going to replace his 4. On Protea, you're almost always going to replace her 4. On Valkyrie, you can replace her 1 or her 3. Octavia, it's her 2. On Ashe, it's his 3. On Harrow, it's probably actually his 3, like legitimately, which is kind of sad. On Oberon, it's his 4. There's that. Does Ember generate light? We don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Valkyrie, you just replace full stop. Yeah, I know. So this is more like you're just adding the ability to Warframes, but yeah. I know Spectral Rage is bad, but I'm definitely making an energy fountain with Vortex and Spectro Siphon. I mean, sure. During they said these are subject to change. I'm curious how this list will look after you release the vid. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the things that need change are these ones down here. Any of these that are a 1, that means they're so shit they're not worth putting on any Warframe. Like, that's not good. And like stuff like Terrify, like, yeah, like basically the cutoff here for like abilities that you would ever like really consider using is Tempest Barrage. Like Blood Altar is like more compelling than any of the abilities below Tempest Barrage, which is 33 through 45, which means there's 12 abilities on the list that are really not compelling. New stream time. I just woke up and I wanted to get this done. I figured I might as well stream it. And hey, it worked out because it made it take way less time because we figured out some formulas and stuff. Hooray! Yeah, Roar being way up here. And it's interesting because I don't think Roar would be this high if we had some other compelling abilities, right? Like, Roar being on here gives credence to them just being like, Loki's 2 is on the list. Fucking figure it out, dude. Like, legitimately. I'm not even kidding. Like, actually, if Roar is on the list, Loki's 2. Put it on the list. Fuck it. Ability to replace on Inaros? I mean... His 2 or his 3? It's kind of debatable on which one of those. Are we streaming again later today? Maybe. I deadass forgot what a Naros 2 even does. Things like Roar on any Warframe is going to make major changes to like Eidolon groups. Oh, absolutely. For sure. Can't wait for Legerdemain, Roar Rhino. Drop Eclipse and be a one-man circus. That's fair. That's actually pretty fair. On Mirage, Roar. With that specific combo. Yeah, put that as NA, but like that's actually maybe compelling. Do multiple Rhino Roars stack at all? No. They do not. Never work from his 3 abilities in Roar as a meta standard. I don't think that's true. Like make no mistake, Roar has like the lion's share of the A pluses on here. But that's because a lot of Warframes aren't that good and they'd really love to have a damage buff. Like if you add a damage buff to a lot of Warframes, it turns out they get a lot better. Like, that's weird, I know. But like legitimately, like Resonator is doing a lot of work here as well as Larva. Like there are other abilities that can compete with Roar, but in some cases we just didn't get those from the other Warframes that have those abilities that can compete. I actually think this list would be more spread out if they gave us Iron Skin instead. Would you determine to be best for Banshee? That was... Oh yeah, Ivara's Cloak Arrow. It's insane on Banshee. Then followed up by Dispensary and Resonator, which also do good things for Banshee. Iron Skin Chroma, that does not work. People, every time I say Iron Skin could be an ability, people say Chroma, and that literally makes it so Chroma's main function no longer happens. So I don't know why people would want that. Yeah, Iron Skin is good on less frames than Roar. I fully agree with that. I'd have been interested to really see like the behind the scenes like development process on these. Best for Ember, I believe that's just Roar. Yeah, it's Roar. With some other like considerations on Ember. Roar Volt as DPS, then other role put on Dispensary will probably be the meta for Eidolon Hunt. Roar Volt, you think? Maybe. What's the best to give Ivara? Pretty sure it's just Roar. There's a lot of Warframes you can ask about, and it's like, turns out this ability exists. Yeah. And then Ivara has an A on Petrify because it'll stack. You can stack loot, which is pretty compelling. Roar is gonna get nerfed. I mean, whenever you just look at this list, there's some of these it's most obvious because like alphabetically you have Revenant and then Rhino. You have Revenant and no one wants his fucking bullshit ability. And then you have Rhino and it's like, well, everyone pretty much wants that shit. Pretty much everybody. There are two exceptions. And it's Frost, who isn't... if Frost was better, he'd have a higher rank on wanting Roar. And then Banshee, and Banshee doesn't need more damage. Her whole thing is she already does enough fucking damage. Like, those are the two Warframes that don't want it. Every other Warframe wants it at least a little bit. Like, even Baruch. Baruch does not fucking build duration. And it's like, he wants it a little bit, though. Like, literally, he does not build duration. In most people's case. You think a Roar Infusion will get the inevitable nerf in the near future? It's so high-end that I actually don't think so. Also, I feel like, in general, this system will end up being underutilized outside of, like very meta comps. And I think people want to experiment with a lot of different things. So I think if it's going to happen, it'll happen later as opposed to sooner. Where can I check this tier list? If you're a sub or a patron, you can get this list in the Discord right now, which also comes with like the overall grades and stuff that you can filter and do all those things. But then also this is going to be its own thing in a video soon. Probably today, honestly. Do you expect the nerfs to hit all platforms after the simultaneous release? I don't understand why this is like, why would the nerfs not hit all platforms? It's like, it's all good. They're all the same. All the platforms are going to be together. Move this out a little bit to make it a little cleaner. Yikes on some of these. Cold Elemental Ward Valkyr. Eh. The MR15 is a lot of work. You guys have to remember that like the vast amount of the population of Warframe is like MR10 to 11. Also, like, legitimately, I think it would be more likely for DE to see stuff like what we're doing here, where, like, we're just looking at it and being like, what's the tier list based on information that we have? Like, if DE looked at something like this, and then they went, wait a minute. Hold on here. What's going on with this? Then they might switch this to Iron Skin pre-release, and then the list changes. Shocker. Would the NA frames be able to overrate their damage boost ability, making it possible to rate them if it might be better? I mean, yes, it's possible to rate them, but like, somebody did point out the one case where it might actually be a thing, which is putting Roar on Mirage just because of her 2 build. But I think we'll come to that road when we get there. I think it's too early to like be considering those abilities. Because we don't even know. There's some things we don't know, right? Like, it could turn out to be the case where any Warframe that has a 1 augment that will give them a damage boost cannot use Roar. Like, if Roar turns out to be highly limited, and Roar has, like, a lot more NAs than we actually know about right now, then that'll change things, right? You've earned your D sponsorship. What's the thing with Breach Surge and Garuda? It creates an infinite damage loop. Mirage is the only one considering that, so she can have some consistency. Yeah, basically. If Rhino Roar wasn't a thing, Mirage, Grendel, Volt, and Oberon would be higher. Definitely. Put Roar on Chroma. Roleplay as an overpowered anime protagonist was holding back. Jesus. Turns out enemies with a shit ton of health and armor is what groups want. But yeah. Anyway, let's play a little bit, because I want to see the new exit screens and stuff, and then I think I'm going to it's probably gonna like be a short stream. I'm gonna end. I'll do some breakfast and just, you know, do all the things. Oh yeah, there's an update. Too wide? What's too wide? Like actual short or Brosime short? Like probably just like a little bit. Probably like actually short. I have a widescreen monitor and new screens are too damn wide. Nice. Dirty Farm Night is right. I have basically everything. With minor exceptions. I wish Roar greater than Eclipse. Or is there going to be a video explaining it? There will be a big old video explaining it. Ew. Yeah, let me check what Warframes I'm missing still. I don't have Atlas. I need to finish building Equinox. Picker, thank you for the 500 bits. Much appreciated. Also, thank you for that resub if I missed it before. Appreciate it as well. Yeah. Day aspect and night aspect. Equinox needs to finish building completely. That's happening now. I don't have Goss marked off here. No, he should be marked off. Okay. What else? There's Mirage. It's Mirage and Atlas. Atlas, I think I only need his blueprint. Was that 160 plus form I saw? I think so. Yeah, it's really interesting they did not go with Mirage's 2, because I think Mirage's 2 would actually be like a more compelling ability for a lot of Warframes, which is kind of fucking hilarious.
These can make you an even stronger hunter.
Okay, so I can get all of Mirage or I can finish Atlas. I would just have all of Mirage start building. Oh yeah, good point, Versus. I totally forgot about that. Samaris costs are halved already now? Yeah, they are. Thought Atlas was J3. His blueprint comes from Samaris, though. So if I do all of these, I'll have 10,000 points left over. Oh, no, I can actually finish everything today. Make sure none of these say built. Yeah, they don't.
May this aid you in the synthesis of many creatures. What offerings will this item help you bring to the sanctuary? What offerings will this item help you bring to the sanctuary?
Oh no, it's because it's 50k. My bad. It's not 25k. It's 50k. So it'll be another day. Most broken ability they've announced so far? Roar. Easily Roar. Is the Grendel farm bad enough to sell prime junk and buy him, or is it doable? I mean, it's doable, but you're not going to enjoy it. Mirage chassis, neuros, and systems. There we go. That stuff's all building now. Check this screenshot out. What up? This is so large. Yeah, very wide. I don't know if I like that. Warframe fun again. I jumped on Destiny after 4 years of Warframe, 3k game hours, and just a few weeks of Destiny. The game is already dry, and I'm at capped power level. Yeah, I mean, like, Warframe's about to get a gigantic expansion. If you missed, like, the TennoCon stuff, like, Warframe abilities are going to get moved between Warframes and, like, all kinds of crazy shit. Let me put it this way. My foundry looks like this for the first time in years. Movability between frames. Yeah. Okay, so I would go to my YouTube. YouTube.com/brozyme. I have a big breakdown video for the TennoCon stuff. It's all very exciting. It'll explain everything that's coming on the 25th.
Operator, I've run diagnostic regressions. All systems nominal. You don't need to thank me.
Why so many regular frames? Because Helminth needs to eat. Oh, can we go walk back there? I haven't actually walked back there and looked at the boy. Okay, not just anyone can go in there yet. He hungers. I have to move some things around in here. That's new. Yes, it is. Can you feed him decorations? Well, I mean, right now you technically can. Kind of.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm.
Forget this does have an incubation time. Yeah. Is the fish still there? I think it would still be under the glass. There's still glass, right? Didn't they say you could name it? You can name it whenever the full thing launches. Remember that balloon infested that was flying around in the Cambrian Drift? It was just Helminth's mouth rotated 90 degrees. Nice. Fish is still there? Okay. Is the next prime Nidus? No. Alright, anyway. Cougar Fortress. Steel Path. Sermonatus.
Each enemy is more powerful than before. Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
Gaining some energy real quick here.
Intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Putting this to be explained again in 3. Nice. Alright. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is how you farm Samaris rep. Link to the Excel sheet. There is for patrons and subs. Deimos Phobos. Thank you for the sub, much appreciated. So much rep, you're not wrong. Yeah, basically the like turrets and stuff count as enemies here, and the enemies are high enough level, and also the Kuba Fortress dudes already give a good amount of Samarish rep that you can max your rep in one run here. Is the map glitched? No, it's not glitched. It's on the steel path. Did not know you could do that in the Kuba Fortress. Yep. Basically, like, the turrets and stuff, like, function as extra enemies. Tortilla passive work with Roar. I forget, what's Tortilla's passive again? Oh, also, scanned enemies do this peculiar thing where they run to the exit of the map. So they'll help take you there. 100% strength on 4th
Keep
cast.
going.
Oh yeah, that should actually
Nobody
still
knows
work.
you're here.
Which is really nice for Roar. Oh, that's down and around. Boop. And Tanemanga. Thank you for the $5. Much appreciated. Fair. That's reasonable to do. I'm not much for hunting the guys down, though. This is an early stream for you, Zime. Yeah. How does Grudy's passive interact with Roar? They are technically both the same kind of multiplicative overall damage buff. Do they just feed into each other, or do they just add up? I'm not sure. It's likely that they will just add up. Take a look at Trinity's EV. The percent damage got buffed. Percent damage of EV got buffed? Weird. It's a weird thing to do. And 5%? Isn't that what it was before? Viral Intrin 2 kills anything? Interesting.
We've got signals singing the same song as our victim. Careful now.
When did that buff go through? Was that just like in the last patch and like...
There's less than nothing left of who they once were.
He said if you can have different subsumed abilities on each loadout. Yeah, you can. Did you do the next Nightwave step? I haven't even done like the second one. Whenever they're all out, I'll end up doing it. But I completely lost interest because it takes so long for them to come out. And the Nightwave thing has been very, very poorly paced as an extra mechanic. You get anything from doing them? You get a bunch of like Nightwave experience. Finally on 4, wonder if 5th will beat the odds and be before Deimos. Doubt. Okay.
You gotta find out what's protecting them and then take your shot.
And scanning the dudes. Will not be sad when Glass Boys are rotated out. Fair. Feeling the Nightwave system made catalysts way rarer than with alerts. I could see it. Oh, he counted as alerted. There we go. Everyone could please form an orderly line and go over there. That'd be great. So the new Nightwave season is coming with Deimos. They have not said that at all. There's no implication that that would be a thing. So many enemies this time. Enclave overhaul win, please no. JK, we're never getting it. We never should get it. There's no reason to get it. We want just like a bum update that does nothing for the game. It sounds like it'd be all really, really bad. PvP Railjack, good lord. Getting closer. We're shooting these fucking arrows right now. Surprised they haven't deleted PvP. I mean, not enough people play it to complain about it, so they might as well just leave it in the game. Right?
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Many
They
things have been
fought
taken
well.
from us.
Good
It's
dance.
I don't mind this.
but fortune favors the bold, and there ain't none so bold as people with nothing to lose.
Little search bar here. Sort by just like mods, resources, miscellaneous, which credits are in, which is weird. That looks pretty cool. 652% accuracy. That's hilarious. People dislike this. I think this is fine. And like this is nested here, which I'm more than fine with. Only was collapsible. What does this do? Oh, hey. This is even better. Okay, I want to test a thing. I want to plus this up, and then I want to know if it just stays large for the next mission I go to.
Inbox messages await the operator. I wonder what they say.
Gifts have their own unique look now. Contributors started playing 4 years ago, having to quit soon due to neck problems. Oh, that sucks, Draft. Hey, it's Clem. It has its own little animation and stuff. That's very nice. That's definitely an improvement. People not like the new end screen. It will stay next update when they add that, they said. Oh, okay, cool. Well, neat.
Ordis has been counting stars, operator.
The home time that their goal is for the screen to stay in whatever configuration you left it in. Oh, well, good. That's exactly how it should be. That's great. Okay. Well, then, all right, that seems great. That just seems like a bonus. New end screen is great, but it should show the amount owned when you mouse over resources. That would be nice. That's fair. The sort options for the rewards is kind of blah. I mean, being able to just be like mods, resources is more than enough in most cases. And then miscellaneous will get you all like your objective type things. I much prefer the new end screen. I just wish the one in the mission didn't have so much wasted space. Is the one in mission? Oh, is the one in mission different as well? Okay, well, here, 1 second. We can go do Maru's mission. What is this Lich thing about? I'm losing my Nidus parts to it. Oh, you've generated a Lich. The Lich has a unique weapon, and you have to fight and kill them, and you will get their unique weapon, and if they have an ephemera, you will also gain that. Until you kill them, in regions that they control, they will steal your shit.
Hey, did you hear, Tenno? You're looking for Maru's Bazaar. You've come. Lucky for you, I've got a hut. That's the spirit.
This new UI is so big, I don't play on smartphone. What do you... I don't understand.
Here we go. Let's find some antiquities.
Oh, this is kind of large. What about this one? Or what about this one? I feel like there should be like a small one that you can pull up just on the one where you can continue to play. Although it's pretty nice and transparent. You know, this is actually like less in the way. I could just like play through this and just treat this like a Dark Souls menu. I think most of the time, actually. This is not bad. I feel like that's going to depend on what you've chosen for your UI options, though, because I have this like nice blue that's like not awful to look at.
Fortunately for you, it was also
Are the rewards transparent too? No. So like up there, there's that. Maybe more transparency added to the actual resources themselves would be good. Wasn't updating as you were going, kind of meh. I mean, I could just do this. And it's updating the timer as I'm going. There's that. It's like a Twitch overlay. I kind of don't hate it. It's pretty nice, actually. Clear numbers, but 80% transparent resources would be cool. Yeah. I think like, just on this one, though, like the one where you actually pop it up, like the one where you can keep playing, more transparent resources. But the other way, just like as it looks right now, is totally fine. Where's weapon XP? Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, I don't have it. Oh, my weapons don't have anything to level with here. Oh, yeah, where is weapon XP? Is it under stat? Oh, shit. There were lasers here. Oh, yeah. What your weapons are getting, that's really important. If you don't have any weapons to level, then they don't show. I want to see what weapons are getting what amounts of focus, though. That's a little unfortunate.
You should stretch first. You know.
Like, that doesn't matter that much, I guess. But I would like to see, like, what gets what. You will see that, but it's just broken out into, like, just focus showing and what focus is getting. Not which weapon is earning which amount of focus.
Ha! You got it.
Or does it only show at the end of mission? End of mission is where that's more important. You have equipped that has a lens. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm leveling the Athodai, and I have the Phage, which I don't think I ever lensed. That might actually be it. I know Korra has one. I don't like that mod drops are in the same section as resource drops. But you can filter those. And also they were in the same section, or well, they weren't in the exact same section before, but I think it's nicer this way. Because now you can just filter that section. You can't filter it mid-mission, but that seems unnecessary. Well, unless you can filter it whenever you go into the other menu. Yeah, you can filter it when you go here. Yeah, being able to filter this really quickly is better than having 2 columns. Yeah, filter, boop, mods only, boop, resources only, which is way cleaner. Yeah, the filter is a nice thing to have. And it pops up and it's like nice and interactable. I think this is actually super snappy. I do wish my weapons individually popped up here with how much focus they were earning each. But that might be a case where it won't do that because my other weapons don't have lenses. So we're gonna do a check here. What metric is important? I mean, they've just developed some hierarchy. You can change it if you want. Oh, you get that with mouse over? Oh wait, really? Oh shit, I can't do the last mission thing. We'll see in a second. Here, I will throw a lens on this phage. Not that it matters. Fuck it, this, sure. I don't care. If you hover over it and it shows a breakdown, then that's more than fine. Because that's information you wouldn't want like all the time. We're getting a why would you use the phage soon? Yeah. Yeah, that should be a thing that happens. Oh, let's see here. What else do I have to do that would be of value? I guess I could just do a Kuva Flood. Or Siphon, or whatever. That would give me something.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. Target located. Bring them in.
He disappeared. Is it bad that I was just firing that to be a jackass?
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Fucking nuke. Yeah, fuck that guy. I have the Warframe Army extension enabled. Oh, it's not enabled right now. We were doing some other stuff. There wasn't any reason for it to be up.
What is that thing?
Look at this. A dreamer sleeps stumbling onto my Kuva siphon.
The resonance frequency has changed. You are onto something, Tenno.
Urulsa, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Is ever going to play Valkyrie again? I mean, I'm sure people will, but yeah, there's not any real reason to.
No! Listen.
When the mission is so low level, you just...
I'll run the water. Miniature dumplings.
Oh, here's nice on Steel Path. For what?
Don't let them do that!
You don't play frames for the looks, you're doing it wrong. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Staying alive? Staying alive's not difficult. Steel Path? Where's the thing at? Oh, there it is. Just trailing behind this guy. I'm like, where is this thing? Where it be at? Oh, there it is. Hoover.
Festering flesh. You let them destroy my
Roar on operator win, right?
Good work, Tenno. We need to do everything we can to stop the Queens from gathering any more Kuva.
Most wise founder, protect your avaricious servant.
What? How are you not dead? You're at 0 health. The drone gave him shields? What a bastard. Are they so goddamn tough? Did they have like 99% damage reduction on their shields? Okay, so when I hover over this, it does give you a little breakdown of what earned what. Okay, that's good. All right, yeah, I like that. I don't have any problems with that. Yeah, and in credits, it breaks down from where. Imagine it'll do the same for Endo and stuff. Yeah, definitely an upgrade. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, so it gives you all the information, basically. And then eventually it'll stay like this. So for me, the only thing about this menu I dislike is that it's like on the bottom here, and I would rather have it up here. But like you guys said that they talked about on home time, that they're gonna make it so that it saves your preference, so it'll just appear like this for me every time, and the Warframes will be in the background, which I like more. Wish you could escape out of that screen. You can escape out of that screen. I just did that. That's what I just did. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. That UI is very nice. As long as they add like the other functionality to it to make it stay how you've set it up, then I'm super into it. And it also like shows off Fashion Frame, which is always a bonus. Then everybody's goofy ass shit will get shown off more often. How do you get that Necromech statue? If you watched TennoCon and you were doing the live interaction in the relays, that's how you got that. There's not a way to get it currently. Alright. Yeah. Pretty happy with this overall.
Operator, the system needs you. Will you
Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta do a thing here. There we go. That's better. I want to make this more readable for people. Borrow is here. That's in a couple. That's like a few minutes away from now, I think. To give out the rewards to everyone because it bugged out. Oh, okay, well then never mind, I guess. If you just watched TennoCon then. I think this is Borrow is showing up in like an hour or something. Here in 3 hours? Is it really 3 hours away? Only 2 hours away. Okay. 3 seemed like a lot. I was like, what are time zones? Where am I? Yeah, 2 hours. Stay up and do Borrow Live. Well, I'm actually going to work on this video. I think is the strategy here. More so than anything else. Because this is going to be really interesting. What is Bark? I don't understand. Oh, Borrow? Borrow Katir is the Void Trader. Basically, he shows up and you can trade in items here. Trade in prime items that you have extra blueprints of here to get ducats. And then he will trade ducats for various exclusive items to him. Yeah, I'm glad we got this done, though. Super interesting. Super interesting stuff. Autocorrect, yeah. Yeah, I know this is only like a little 2-hour stream, but we looked at the new UI stuff and we finished this up. There may be some changes that come to this, obviously, that could happen. But as it stands currently, I think this is pretty accurate to what we're getting. Unless DE makes some changes, which definitely could also happen. But yeah. Nice chill stream. Oh, yeah. Just a nice chill one. Is it up for download? The sheet is not up for download unless you are a sub or a patron. If you're either one of those, then it is up in the sub/patron only Discord. Discord section, rather. There's that. This is the currently public sheet. For subs and stuff, yeah. It has the extra infusions graded overall on it now. And that's all set up. And then the filters should be live for everybody that can see this sheet from like the subs and all that. Once video is out, it's public to all. So I'm actually just going to put this out on that because it's easier. I think I'm just going to put this out so everyone just has all the data just as a PDF because that's just more simple. What is the spreadsheet for? This is for grading all of the abilities' usefulness across all of the warframes that you can move abilities from. So like on Ashe, these are the good abilities to put on Ashe that you can get from Helminth and stuff like that. And they're all graded from D to S. I'm going to try to do some shenanigans with it if you don't mind. I mean, it's not editable, but I mean, if you want to make a copy again, like, that's your prerogative because you have access to it from the subs and stuff. Go ham. Not going to tell you not to. Do you ever answer questions in your Discord general chat, or would there be too many people there to answer questions from? Yeah, I'm in there all the time. I try and at least read everything. Who has S? There are 2 S's in here. One is Larva on Partia, and the other is Breach Surge on Garuda. There are 2 S ranks. Are there ones on the graph? Ones? This is D through S for grades. Over here, this is counting. This section is averaging the grades and giving them a grade, like an average grade overall. And it's weighted with points. So there's that. So like if we do this, you can see like the best abilities. Is there one S on the graph? Oh, okay, my bad. You know, there are two S's on the graph, actually. Gara and Larva wasn't an S? No, I don't think so. I think Gara actually has, like, quite a number of options. S rank, in this case, is doing the same type of function that it does regularly, which is that it's oppressing all of the other choices, and I think Gara actually has a few different compelling options, whereas I think Garuda and Protea are very much pigeonholed into their individual S ranks, which pushes everything in their categories down because it's so good there. What is the overall worst ability? There are actually a bunch tied for worst. So if we do this, these ones that average 1, Zaku obviously is ungraded, so he's at 0 because not out yet. So we don't know what their whole deal is. But these ones that are a 1, these have Ds across the board. These abilities are just bad. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 abilities are all tied for being the shittiest. But if I had to pick one personally out of these, it's probably... it's honestly probably Ice Wave that is the actual shittiest. People are saying Decoy, but I think Ice Wave is actually shittier than Decoy. Decoy at least has some AI shenanigans you can pull. Ice Wave's absolute fucking garbage. There's not even like hyper niche unrealistic thing you could do with it like Decoy has. Nyx's mind control is at least a stun, right? I'd swap Ice Wave for Thermal Sunder just so I can have 2 elements on Frost. Yikes. There's no way Mesa could banish herself, right? Yeah, no. At least Decoy lets you cheese a Lua Spy. It's something. Yeah. Isn't Ember a 50% armor shred whenever you have heat built up? Or rather, whenever you have heat built up, it strips 100% armor. But stripping half armor whenever you have the other options on the list, like the Pillage and Ashes Shuriken, kind of whatever. You can slow with Ice Wave. CC is something. That's useless. Slow is like the worst form of crowd control unless you're also getting another benefit with it. And the slow has to be extreme. Ice Wave has a not very extreme slow. And it needs a lot of stats to do its thing. And it's the worst form of crowd control. Like, literally, I could find, like, a low-tier thing that's better. Let's see here. What's straight up better? Lull. Lull is a better crowd control ability than Ice Wave. And this ability blows. Like, comparative to other things that are way higher up. Like, this is the 17th worst ability on the list. And it is miles better than Ice Wave. Yeah, Nova Slow is good because it's a very powerful slow that's hitting the whole map, and it doubles your damage. Exactly. Also, the other part of the other reason that Nova's slow is good is because it's also a speed up. See that SGDQ will have a Warframe boss showcase speedrun? Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I wonder what that'll actually consist of. I wonder who like is gonna run that. Yeah, best abilities are these easily. Quit Warframe a couple months ago, and now I'm back. Is Viral still good? Yes, Viral's still like pretty clearly the best element. Would you put on Vauban and switch away from him? Roar. And what would you switch off of him is like probably his 3. His 3 is not very useful, so you probably just switch off his 3. Cruz caters the runner for the category. Huh, interesting. Do not know them. Oh well. Yeah, and then dispensary is an option for Vauban, which is kind of funny. Considering Roar or Smite. Yeah, I would go with Roar. And here's the reasoning for Roar on Vauban. It'll work if you decide to go like the gimmick build with the little nail gun bombs. Which is like, I know Vauban doesn't have a lot going for him. He needs Roar. Also, look at Roar. Fucking absolutely shredding this category. By this category, I mean the whole thing. Fuck. Also considering Breach Surge on Vauban? That seems like it'd add a relatively low amount of damage. What about Whis? Roar. Okay, if your Warframe is built duration strength, it's probably Roar. And if it's built duration and like neutral strength, probably Roar. If it's built strength and like neutral duration, probably Roar. Isn't Mesa also Roar? Yeah. Yep. 100%. Yeah, Mesa is Roar and with a follow-up being Dispensary. Honestly, I'm really surprised they gave us Roar. Fucking so am I. Like, the big upsets on this list are mainly the ones that I got wrong. Like, legitimately, I got 30 of 43 right, I think it was. Which is pretty good. Honestly, 30 out of 43 for their picks, I think is pretty good, personally. In terms of, like, what I got right whenever I went and guessed. And, like, the ones that are the ones that I missed, which is, like, Mirage's Eclipse. Like, that one's... I didn't expect them to bring, like, huge damage abilities in. And legitimately, they only brought in the big damage abilities because they made a rule that you can't stack them. So, like... an additional rule needed to be added in order for them to even be able to add these things I didn't think they would add. So I couldn't have predicted that. And then obviously this ability, like, just like looking at it, pretty fucking good, right? Like, it's honestly not terrible. There's a lot of Bs on here, but it's outclassed by Roar, so there's a big effect on it there. And then, like, Mind Control on Nyx. So this is the reverse, where Nyx's 2 would have been really good, but they went with fucking Mind Control, so this is terrible. It's one of the worst abilities in the entire fucking list. That's one I got wrong. And then, let's see here. I don't remember what I said for Revenant. I think I did say Reeve, and it is shitty. And then Roar is the upset. Roar is the biggest upset on this entire fucking list. It has so many A's and A pluses. It's absolutely outrageous. It has 2 D's. It has 2 D's. Banshee, who doesn't need more damage, and Frost, because Frost sucks so much. Like, you just can't even justify building him the way you need to for Roar, because it would just be shitty. Like, you could do it. So, like, this grade is, like, demonstrably higher, but for Frost, like, he only does one thing, so A plus is Dispensary, and it's like really the only choice because, like, fuck Frost. Frost sucks. Breathe without Enthrall is shit. With it, it's OP. I don't know about OP, but with it, it's like at least decent. And then, like, what's the other, like, weird upset abilities on here? Oh yeah, I wanted it to be Link, but it turned out to be Well of Life, but they're buffing that ability, so it's like okay-ish in some places, but not great. Let's see here. What other ones did I, like, definitely guessed wrong? Don't remember. Oh yeah, I did not think it would be Atlas's Petrify. I thought it would be his 2, so that is like a better choice overall. It actually has a couple of A ranks because of the way it stacks. There's that. You're gonna post this table somewhere? Yeah, I'm gonna do a big video on this whole thing. It's gonna be super fun. Trinity Kit too good to share except for Well of Life. I actually think that's not true. Like, legitimately, if they're willing to share Roar, I think Trinity should have given out Link. Like, if they're willing to share... You know what's actually kind of fucked up? I think Frost should have given out his bubble, and I think it would have been similarly rated. I'm actually not kidding. And like Gara, this ability just needs to be reworked. There's nothing else Gara could realistically give out that would be good. Wouldn't be able to cast one on the frost bubbles. Okay. And then like, honestly, if they're giving out Roar, Goss could have given out his one. I'm not even kidding. Like legitimately. Like Hydroid probably should have been his 2. Like Tempest Brush has like a very niche use on Limbo. But that's like pretty whatever. Is the sheet something we can access? If you are a sub or a patron, you have access to the sheet. Otherwise, it will you will have access to this PDF whenever it comes out in video form, which should be today. I should have that done for today, for sure. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the stream. Each room only has one transferable skill. Yes, with the exception of kind of. Here, we're right here. With the exception of kind of Equinox, because you get rest and rage, you get both here. So you get both of these, but like you infuse it once and you switch based on energy color. So there's kind of that. This is sort of 2 abilities, which notably I was right about. Notably, I was right. They did take 2 abilities from Equinox. I just was wrong with how they did it. Also, I think they should have changed out Rage with like the part of the 3 that's good. I would say goodnight, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna work on stuff and make breakfast and things. From also this list, like, this is that some players will take as gospel. Is that a problem with this list? I don't understand. That sounds like a personal problem to me, bro. One of my dumbass friends was saying they would give Chroma's Vex armor out as his ability. I mean, they gave out Roar, so like honestly, not that unrealistic. What ability do you think might work well for Rhino? I think we determined it was basically like Larva was a really good option. My brain can't do the alphabet right now. It's too early in the morning. Here we go. Doop. Oh, it was Larva. Oh no, we decided Dispensary was slightly better, but it's Dispensary and Larva. They're pretty close. I'm so glad I have this. This is such a nice tool to have. Like, I can just refer back to this and be like, is there something I'm not thinking about? Oh, yeah. And then if I do think about something that I'm not thinking about currently, like there's suddenly like a thing that I remember about Nyx's mind control, I can bump somebody up to like a C, and it's great that it'll all just be here. Very nice. What are the C smileys? Oh, so these little fucking things. So this is like, it's kind of a meme, is what this means. The little smiley face means it's kind of a meme. It's kind of like Firewalker on Goss and Grendel. Like, there's technically reasoning for both of these, technically, but it's like, it's C rank, but it's like a little smiley C rank. It's like, motherfucker. Any link for the table? If you're a sub or patron, there's a link in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you can exclamation Discord. What are the best synergies you've found so far? I mean, like, that's going to be a thing I go over in the video. Like, oh, if you want to just see, like, overall, what are the good abilities? Oh, it's these ones. These are the good abilities. Like, if you legitimately just want a top 10, based on, like, the overall performance of all of these, it's this. Which I think is pretty fucking accurate. Like, I think this came out very accurately with, like, Roar being the best. Like, Roar, Larva, Dispensary makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I don't, there's not anything here I disagree with it being this high. Why is Resonator so high? Isn't it only aggro management? It turns off enemies' ability to fight. So Warframes that appreciate not dying really like it, especially if they build range. Tortilla Larva's S tier as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, disable AI. Pretty good. Check Discord DMs. I did some magic. All right, I'll look at this again. Oh, did you combine everything again? Here, one second. Again, what did you do? It's almost as if Americans could replace the F to A marking system in schools with 1 to 5 any day. I mean, sure. Oh. Oh, so you just made it so that it goes and takes from the original table. So like whenever grades change, this just instantly updates. Like if I put an S in Shuriken, just randomly. I'm on view. I have to make a copy. 1 second. Working. This is an early stream. Yes, it is. Okay. So this makes it so that this is linked to this. So if we just take Ash and give him an S rank on Banshee's ability. Change the color. It's noted over here. Changes the grade. Thank you. That's very, very useful. Hit F11. Oh yeah, just a full screen the whole thing. That's valid. Hey, Grok. I'll put an S in Ice Wave or it'll break. This is neat. Yeah, just full screening this is nice though. This is gonna be really interesting. If the Helminth abilities have half decent stats, they might be the best option on Avara because her 1, 3, and 4 already do 99% of what available frame abilities do. That's true. That's fair. Yeah, the Helminth abilities I'm definitely gonna like add here, which might mean like this needs to change because this is. Oh no, does this go? Oh, it goes like infinitely. It just checks in each category infinitely. Yeah. It's just ZZ3. That's way down, right? Yeah. That's like a bajillion levels down. So this is like I can add a new row and change the whole thing. That's nice. And then just to make sure of a thing I can do whenever I want to add a new Warframe ability. But how do I add? Actually, I'm super stupid. Insert row, insert column. So I can't insert row. But it's insert column. I just drag this. We'll have to insert it. We'll have to insert it alphabetically anyway. It always inserts before. Let's insert one right here. We'll always insert before. That's kind of annoying. But I can just do like. I did zoom. I can just do like this. Take this and copy this back. Whoops, wrong thing. Or click on the row's number and add above or add below. Oh, okay, cool. My bad. Does any mean you can't place the infusion on a frame? It means there's a restriction. That's not going to increase this, though, right? It might be a pain to add frames, too. There might be an easy way to do this that I'm not thinking of, though. It would have to be... That's like really the problem with this, isn't it? Is that I need it to be like sorted left to right alphabetically as well. And like it already is, obviously. Same works for rows. When you add Helminth's abilities, you insert a row in frames, then drag from Ash down. Drag from Ash down. Well, here's the thing, right? Well, hold on. Whenever I insert to the right, like this becomes C, right? Like Atlas moves over and the new one becomes C. So if I have to add, like, if they do a Warframe node alphabetically between, like, if they do ass, if they create the ass Warframe, then it would then become C, which would like throw off the whole thing, right? It's already accounted for. Drag the row itself. Add in columns changes nothing. You already account for it? References should update, but should they? Okay, so Atlas is right here. We're just gonna do the thing. I just want to make sure. Insert one right. Oh yeah, no, it just changes. Okay, yeah, fair enough then. Okay, well, fair enough. As long as it okay, yeah, well. I guess that works the fuck out then. It just updates it. So then, what do I need to do in order to add it to both sides then, I guess, is the question. Letters for column, numbers for row. When you add a new row, add it to both sides and drag cells down from Ash. Click on row number next to Frost. Click right here. Add a row in both sheets. Oh, okay? So okay, oh, my bad. I thought what you were saying was add a column and add a row. Because like here you would add a column and a row, which obviously I would need to do that. Then you just add a row to both sheets. Let's say insert below. Make this bigger. And then I can just drag this down. Recalculate from Ash by dragging down. Okay, so I just do this and then drag this whole thing down. And this is what it would take. No, never mind. Whoop, that's wrong. Not the Ash name. Not that part. We need only these. But now these are all shifted by one. Right? Because I added that. So I have to add in the same spot. So just alphabetically, I would go... Let's say I add one to the right here. Insert cells, shift right. do this, right? Just update the divisor. Oh, yeah. That would make sense as well. Okay, so update shift. Oh, whoops. Nope. From here. Insert one to the right. So this one inserts to the right. We have this here. And then if we go over here, then we need to come up here and then change this final number to 43. Or no, we need to insert one. Insert one below. We have one below here. This is accounted for. Then we take this and then let's just keep it at 42. Obviously I changed that and then the whole thing will change. Then if I do this, then I'll show you 1.3 on Atlas. It doesn't shift down. Because you don't have a fixed number there, the 42. That's not a big deal. I can update that manually. We'll be able to get access to this Excel valuable resource. Yeah, subs and patrons will have access to it. They do already. And then I'll have a different one that is out when the video comes out. When did you start playing EVE Online? I know, I feel that. Formulas in C2, G2 account for adding any number of columns. You can just replace 42 with the sum of the number of S, A, B, C, D. Well, I can't because NAs are zeros. For these spreadsheets, it's rankings for abilities per giving them to other warframes. Formulas in C2 and G2 account for adding any number of columns. But they don't appear to, right? Because whenever you go here, this 1.3 that's on Atlas, right? If I take this, if I insert one below, right? Then this is now like C3 and such. Then over here, if I do this one and I insert one to the right, which would be the new row here for the new warframe, theoretically. And then I take that, take the moon, and then I go from here and highlight the whole thing. I would change the number, obviously, but for this, for the purposes of this, we're not. And then I just drag it all the way down, and then it should fill in what would be here, which would be all zeros. And then this 1.3 would move down to where Atlas is, and then I just have to fill in the name and such, which is, are these confirmed abilities? Yeah, they are. Am I missing a step here? Because like it should work that way, I would think. Confirmed but subject to change, yeah. It's not transposed. It's ability rating. You only added a warframe. Right. Like that would be the thing though, is you'd want to be able to add a warframe so this could be updated over time. You added a warframe, not its ability. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. I'm super stupid. 1 second. I'm just dumb. I have to do it here and I have to do it here so that these things work. If I add one there and add one there, then if I go here and this list, I only have to add the one. Now it should work. Okay, yeah, I'm just stupid. Never mind, I'm just fucking dumb. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, now we know how to add warframes to this very easily, which makes my life way fucking easier. Color coding? Yeah, the color coding is nice. I think we chose good colors for this overall. Need the coffee, clearly. Yeah, I should probably eat breakfast. That's probably a thing that should happen. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is overall. Like, being able to sort them very easily. Super nice, obviously. And then... Obviously, if I need to go through and, like, see what ability is best for who, I can just transpose this whole thing. And that's super simple. Thoughts on Garuda Breach Surge? Really good. We've talked about it a lot. Yeah, that is one of the few S ranks on this chart. There are only 2, but they work a little bit differently, which is going to be so hard to explain to people. Oh my god. Guys, are you ready for some really fucking stupid idiot YouTube comments? Because, like, it's going to get really fucking dumb. People don't know what S means, and they're not going to know. It's Protea with Larva is the other S rank. Maybe worth editing pinned message in subs channel to Gen's updated list. Oh, I agree. Yeah, I think we should do that. This is a cleaner version of what I had going. Thank you, Gen, for putting this together. Much appreciated. Maybe you should make a legend. Oh, trust me, I will. Trust me, I will. And then people won't read it. S tier means it needs to be nerfed. No. S tier does not mean it needs to be nerfed in this case. In this case, it means the option is so good for the Warframe that is getting the S rank that it pushes down every other option that Warframe has. So Protea has the capability to take Larva, so therefore all of the other options in Protea's category are worse by its inclusion. Same thing with Garuda. Everything for Garuda is way, way worse, because why the fuck would you not take Breach Surge? You literally go infinite. One of the elemental wards is capable of allowing Mirage to always use her damage buff in Eclipse. How high would that then rank on Mirage? That would probably be like S rank on Mirage, legitimately. Yeah, Mirage is one of the ones that's really up in the air, because like how Eclipse is going to work on other frames, and if any of these abilities will provide light for Mirage, matters a lot for both sides of her rankings. So if anything, I would think that there will be something that'll be found and maybe changed by DE once it is found, so it's hard to say, where that will make Mirage way better and make the ability that Mirage gives out way better at the same time. Like, it would change both axes of the thing for her. Don't explain the Breach Surge Infinite for me. I just got Wisp and haven't played Garuda much outside of leveling. Okay, I'm gonna explain this one more time. It's the last time I'm going to explain this for this stream, at least, because the stream's about to end. Why are some NA? These are not applicable. You cannot put Eclipse onto Rhino, or you can't put Roar onto Mirage without replacing Eclipse. And this is the one that's like maybe the exception to the rule where maybe you'd want to do that. But by and large, it's just you can't do it because you'd be replacing a great ability and you'd rather have something else, and it's just kind of a 0 point. They should just get rid of the light gimmick. I don't think the light gimmick's bad. I think they need to make the light gimmick better is the real thing here. Anywhere I can get a copy of the spreadsheet. If you're a sub or a patron, you can get a link to this just in the Discord, in the subs channel. Otherwise, there is going to be a tier list going out, which is the same as this. That'll be in the video that's just a PDF that you'll have access to once the video comes out. Why can't you put it on without replacing Eclipse? I don't understand. DE added a special rule for damage increasing abilities. What if it snapshotted light level on cast and held it without changing until recast? Yeah, that'd be way better. I've been advocating for that on Mirage for ages. Yeah, the comments on this are going to be absolutely fucking travesty dog shit level, though. I can already feel it, because like if you give something that looks like this to YouTube comments, they will look at it and go S. Whoa. Or they'll be like, this is a lot of D's, when like realistically it's actually not that many, all things considered. There's like a lot of really viable options here. A lot of things are being pushed down because of the really, really good options though. Why is Roar not S rank on Chroma? Because you're not allowed to put it on Chroma without removing his Vex armor. That comment is going to come up so much. I'm literally going to explain in the video that you cannot put Roar on Chroma without replacing Vex armor, and people are going to be like, why not put Roar on Chroma? Like, that's for sure going to happen. It's going to be absolutely fucking mind-numbing. If you want to lose brain cells, you're going to have to read these fucking YouTube comments like a day after it's gone up, because it's going to be a shit fest. Do it anyway. Does Oberon's 1 count as a damage buff ability? We don't have clarification on that, so it's hard to say right now. That's one of the things that I'm going to point out is kind of up in the air here, is that we don't actually know all of the rules for what is considered to be a damage ability, which could change this chart pretty significantly, because if it turns out that you cannot put Roar onto Oberon without removing his 1, you really want to remove Oberon's 4, so that's pretty considerably worse. People are going to think that B means unusable and overpowered at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Like, what does B rank mean? It means the ability's really fucking good. Is Larva S on Protea because of her turret's piercing? It's S on Protea because of the turret's piercing and how the multiplication will work on a per shot basis whenever you can Larva dudes. Because if you Larva dudes and it shoots and pierces, it gets a multiplier for every enemy it hits, which turns out is all of them. And that shit's busted. Like, it gets her up to like a 60x multiplier on her turret real fast. Can you advocate that Loki Decoy gets some level? I'll definitely talk about the total shit abilities on here. There's some abilities on here that are just like shitty choices, and were they better, they would make this... They definitely make the first part of the alphabet. Like, these are arranged alphabetically, these warframes, and it looks pretty fucking dire up here. And then you get down into the later part of the alphabet, and it's like, this looks pretty good. Like, this is what you'd expect to see across the whole entirety of, like, the whole chart. Like, this looks really healthy, right? I think it's super valid for, like, what we're seeing here, this whole area, everything that's visible. It's like, it looks good. This is a nice spread of abilities that are like good and sort of good, with like the outliers on this chart being like Titania's ability and Nyx's mind control and Mag's ability. Like, those are kind of outliers, but like whatever, for the most part, it looks healthy. Then when you look at this part, it's like, what the fuck happened? What happened? What the fuck happened? Like, what happened? Like, there's a midsection down here that looks pretty good, but what the fuck is this? Rhino is outlier as well. Yeah, Rhino is a positive outlier, which, like, you'd expect a positive outlier, which is why I think this looks pretty healthy overall. Yeah, there's a hole. Yeah, Frost happened. It turns out whenever you alphabetically have fucking Frost, Gara, and like Garuda and Goss all together, it's like, what the fuck? Like, some of these are an okay-ish option for some warframes, but ugh. I know Chads can't stop winning. I really am curious to see what Zaku is going to do, because obviously Zaku on this chart right now is a bunch of question marks, because we can't rate an ability we don't know everything about. Also, interestingly, on this list, very worth noting, is below all the warframes, there's going to be a space, and there's going to be all the Helminth abilities once we know what they're up to. Like, once we know what the Helminth abilities are like around for, that's going to be a thing as well. Interestingly, the Helminth abilities are not going to add this way. They're not going to go, because they can just be put on all the frames, so there are actually going to be no black boxes on those. Are you happy with the list overall? Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting. Like, it's got some really interesting things to do. Like, if we just look at like what's best, it's these, and this makes a lot of sense. And I think there are like the obvious, like the options that I didn't think were going to happen on here are the most insane, right? Like, the best ability by far is the one I did not think was going to have any chance of being here. Zaku kind of sucks since it ruins the whole point of why you would run Zaku. We don't know that yet. That boy's not out, or they are not out. It is not a boy. Another way to improve it, check DMs after you end the stream, and feel free to hit me up if you have any further questions. I appreciate it again. Could the Helminth abilities hurt the current abilities? Yes, absolutely they can. That is 100% for sure a thing that could happen. It's like, it's entirely possible that there are a bit like the numbers come out for the Helminth abilities, and like a lot of the numbers here change pretty considerably. But because I don't have access to the numbers, it's hard to know. We put the same ability on a frame twice. We don't know. I don't know if you can like absorb an Excal and then have double radial blind. That might be a hilarious thing they just allow you to do because I think it'd be fun. Honestly, still reeling from when I read that they were giving us Roar. Yeah, that's fair. People are judging Zaku before the frame is out. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anyone that has like filled in this thing, like, I'm glad Zaku's on here. Thank you to Oracle for putting Zaku on here. I love that. But like, without knowing the abilities, if someone filled this in, absolutely fucking opinion discarded. Full on opinion discarded tier. The only people that can fill this in right now are like Scott. Like literally DE Scott, because he's the one balancing the ability. He's the only one that can fill this fucking road in. This fucking row in. That is it. No one else has any possible say in any kind of a realistic way on if this ability is going to be good or not, because we have no fucking idea. Like there's fully the possibility that Zaku's like void damage increase is a number so high that I look up at Roar and I go, I'm just gonna move these A pluses. Like that's fully possible. Like if we look at Zaku's ability and it's like, oh yeah, you add 600% void damage, then I'm like, fucking how much? What you mean 600%? What that number? Like if we're looking at that, and that changes the whole dynamic of this whole thing. Like these pluses, Rhino's losing them at that point. Oh, thank you, Thumb, for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. So can't do Eidolons with it. You'd probably use it as your damage buff. What the hell happened here? Exactly. Yeah, 600% strength with no mods. Fuck. I think it'd be more like Oberon's Smite Infusion. It might be. It might be a thing that pushes Oberon's rank down. I could see it. I have void damage and then true void damage now. Eh. 600% for one shot. Ooh. I mean, if it costs a low enough amount of energy, like if it gave you 600% damage for one shot, but it only costs like 10 energy base. Costs like 2.5 energy to do 600% damage for like one Redeemer Blast. Not nothing. But like at that point, we're just like theory crafting about this ability, and this is the exact reason that these are question marks, because we just don't know. Also, I hope they improve Zephyr's Airburst some more, because like they literally tried to improve it and it did not help. It did not. We tested it and it was like, that's a yikes. It's a shame Mace's 1 didn't get buffed. I fully agree. I actually think that if Mace's 1 was on here, it would actually be pretty compelling. I think there's a number of Warframes that would be like, yeah. Like buffing Mace's 1 and putting it on this list, I think is actually like way, way, way more compelling than Mace's Shooting Gallery. I think these grades would overall be higher in this entire row if it was Shooting Gallery, or if it was her 1 buffed the way it should be. Thoughts on Tesla Bank plus Roar? It seems like a thing that you're gonna want to do on Vauban. Like it's fine, but it might be a little too restrictive. Like I still gave the A+ on Roar for Vauban, but like, I'm not super psyched to do it or anything. Vauban still has troubles because like the big thing here is gonna be like, would you rather Tesla Bank Vauban with Roar, or would you rather play fucking Protea and just larva cannon dudes? Because larva cannoning is bullshit. Like there's for anyone that did not see it, there's a clip of it. If anybody has the link to the clip of fucking larva Protea, you gonna probably want to. Somebody, you should watch that. You'll understand why there's an S here. Thank you, Super Spy, for linking that, because it looks like bullshit. just gonna watch this again because it looks like bullshit. Like, I just want to point out how tough those enemies are. Those are level 175. Level 175 Exo Gokstat officers. And those enemies have 9 million EHP apiece. What do you replace on her for it, though? Her 4. Just get rid of her 4. Holy shit, that was nuts, right? The big multiplier. Show it. The clip was just linked in chat. Watch the clip. The abilities are viable. They're just better options. Yeah, I want to point out that, like, this is not a list that says, like, hey, don't ever, like, put a D ability on these Warframes. That's not what I'm going for with this list. This is just a ranking of, like, usefulness. Right? And it's usefulness within that given Warframe. Like, if I'm Korra, what's really useful for me? Turns out Octavia's Resonator, really, really useful for Korra. Still just do it? No. I do not have the infusion system yet, otherwise I would. How does Nourish work? We're going to get Nourish Strike only, so it's a heal plus a damage buff. Which is pretty good. It didn't seem like Nourish was being considered a, like, damage ability, though. So I think that one could be put on Warframes that already have damage buffs, like Chroma. That's what it seemed like. We don't know 100%, though. It's not like a gigantic damage buff, but it's pretty good. Thank you again. Forgot how spicy that clip is. Yeah, that... they're doing it. Close to getting all the frames I want to sacrifice for Fully Bolt. Nice. Yeah, tomorrow I will have everything I need for the rest of everything. Nice, Edmund. Is there a viable version of the tier list yet? Yeah, I have that. A viewable version? If you are a sub or a patron, it is in the Discord, very viewable. And then the video today will be... we'll have a PDF for everyone to look at as well. Yeah, the one Warframe I am missing is Atlas, and I have all of his parts built. I just need the Samaris rep. And then, obviously, I need to... These Mirage things need to finish building so that I can put those together. And then I will have an extra copy of all of the Warframes so that I can begin subsuming them whenever this launches. There be issues with how some abilities are good only with their augment, but you need the other mod slots. Yes. Yeah, I've accounted for that on the list. That's for sure. Return from the Ashes is free on Epic right now. Might be worth checking out. Oh, yeah, I definitely need to at least pick that up. We'll probably stream with that. I know that Ubisoft is doing like a sponsor thing for Hyperscape, so I might get in on that as well, though. Oh, nope, never mind. It's over. I missed it. Fuck. I wanted to do that. Well, sad times. Yeah, people wanted me to play Remnant for a while, though, so we might do that. What up, again? There's a hole in Orb Valis? Like a hole?
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is
Like a hole that should be there, or a hole that should not be there? Where's the hole at? Like a big hole? Pretty much is a map with placement. Okay. Oh, my bad. I did not see the little marker on here. So it's like this cave. It's like here. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole here. Oh, it's a hole. I see the hole. That is a hole. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like it's just a bug. Yeah, because this thing's not anything new. Interesting. It's cool. Literally a hole, something that isn't loading. Yeah. Egretex will have an early visit before the 25th because of this. I mean, maybe, but honestly, I feel like a hole over there is a very low priority. That happens when you do too many excavations. Nice. All right. Anyway, that is gonna do it for the stream. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna be working on that video to get that stuff all out. Hopefully today. There's some chance that won't happen today, but it should be today. I'm gonna get some breakfast and stuff, and I will see y'all later. Thank you for hanging out.